What it do, anime crew? Hey, listen, today I'm going to be going on another monthly rant on Patreon. This one is for Funky Boy Haas, who asks, rant about fighting games, how you got into them, your experience with them, and what you like about them. And the rest of the request is, I'm not reading that. But fighting games, like any fighting game player, I've devoted a absurd amount of my lifetime to playing fighting games, grinding in the lab, putting in the hard hours, really doing what's important. And, there's a reason for that. I've always been super competitive, and the number one thing I've always liked about fighting games is just that it's one-on-one, it's incredibly strategy-oriented. It's like the most competitive thing ever, outside of like certain team games that have a more prominent competitive scene like League or some shit. But, I don't want to play League. Team games are... It's too much not me. It's too much not me against one other person. That's what I really like about fighting games. But they're a little bit more interesting than something like chess or something dumb. So they're cool, they look cool, they're fun, but also they're like the most competitive online games around. That being said, my experience with fighting games, and I guess by extension the fighting game community, has been pretty interesting. I played competitive Smash for a few years, actually, and I would regularly attend tournaments at a local venue, which was pretty bougie for a Smash tournament venue. They had Guilty Gear tournaments, Street Fighter tournaments, all kinds of video game tournaments over there, but it was a dedicated esports arena that I went to. I got to play on stream quite a few times. It was always a good time. I lost a lot more money than I made, but I won money one time, so that was cool. But overall, it was a neat experience. The number one thing I have to mention though is that the memes about at least Smash players smelling really bad, they're not just memes. I would not be saying this if it wasn't true. Those tournaments smell like dog poop, dude. They smell so bad. You wouldn't even believe it. I'd sit down with my opponent. I go to shake his hand. He goes, wait, I have to go wash my hands. And then he runs into the bathroom, washes his hands. I go to shake his hand. His hand's still wet. He didn't dry. I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm playing with a hand. I'm worrying if it's going to get I'm going to develop a rash. It's going to get infected. I just can't stand it. You got a lot of interesting characters in there. A lot of people where it's like, oh my God, I don't want to lose to this fucking guy. So that keeps things fun. But certainly Smash tournaments are only as fun as the friends you go with. So if you happen to find people in your area that you befriend at the Smash tournaments and you're able to have good conversations with and have a good time with, it's a great use of time. It's a great little social event, little gamer meetup. But if not, it can just be kind of depressing because you're going to spend more of your time, especially with fighting game tournaments in particular, you're going to spend a lot more of your time waiting around than actually playing, and then you just make a couple of pivotal mistakes while you're playing, and then you're done for the night, and then you got to drive all the way back across town home. So it's definitely something that I wouldn't suggest doing alone. But as far as the broader fighting game community goes, I guess I don't know how much I've ever truly been a part of it, because I was really into the traditional fighting game that I got the most into and probably put the most hours into was Guilty Gear. And the thing about Guilty Gear or Mortal Kombat back when I had bad taste, but Guilty Gear is both a fighting game and an anime fighting game. So there's a different layer. There's an entirely different layer to the subculture of Guilty Gear. And, I mean, honestly, I think most of the people I interacted with online who played Guilty Gear were pretty cool. But I don't know how much of that was just painted by the fact that they played Guilty Gear. And I'm like, oh, he plays Guilty. This guy must be a cool dude. But a lot of NSFW artists, fighting game players, fighting games definitely attract an interesting crowd because it's something that you do when you stay inside all day and have like a ton of time to burn. So they definitely attract a very, very interesting crowd, which I think is a good thing. But yeah, a lot of NSFW art. A lot of NSFW art. But other than that, a lot of my role models growing up were fighting game players. I mean, if you can't tell by my personality, I've always been aspiring to be like some of my heroes, like Low Tier God, K9, who played Smash. Who's another good one? Oh, Wizrobe, who played Smash, the classic Staller. I really respect that play style. I just like the more hated a player is, the more likely they were to have been a pivotal role model in my developmental years. For sure. I'm still trying to emulate Low Tier God to this day. My original channel was actually not the Anime Guru, it was the LTG Guru, and it was a Low Tier God Clips channel, but he banned me for being too much of a sorry-ass player. So, we roll with the punches. And we decided to make an anime YouTube channel instead, which is whatever. But fighting games, the main thing to say is that fighting games are great. The community is diverse, interesting, has interesting ideas. It's like layered. There's a lot of different. It all has porn, dude. It's all gonna have porn. There's no sector of fighting game culture on the internet that doesn't. So once you get past that inevitability. But that's just true of all anime. It's a pretty great place to be. It's a great way to kill time. You can be super into it and super competitive about it. Or when you're just in training mode, like practicing, labbing combos, getting the muscle memory down, it can be a super like low-key thing to just decompress and chill. So fighting games are pretty versatile in that sense. And I guess that's kind of why I ended up spending so much of my time playing them throughout my life. That's pretty much all I have to say about this topic. Funky Boy says I'm ducking him in Grand Blue. I don't think he actually wants the smoke because, I don't know, last time we played I was kind of smacking him up. So I'm kind of like trying to have mercy on him. But if he keeps talking reckless, I will fight. I'll play Funky Boy. I'll whip out the Grimnir. I'll beat him up real quick, and who knows, maybe I could post it on the second channel or something. But yeah, other than that, everybody have an amazing day. All right.